is Katherine Gendreau. I am a photographer. A lot of what I do is long exposure landscape photography, seascape photography. And so what that is you open the shutter and leave it open for a very long time, and it records the time in the image. So it might be the motion of waves or the motion of clouds. And I also work with intentional camera movement, so I'll move the camera during the exposure, during a long exposure, and it creates movement in the image. And so this particular picture, I did that. I just moved the camera a little bit, and it creates that kind of blur, abstract feeling. And so then I decided to combine the long exposure technique with the intentional camera movement technique, and so I created, this is a 5-minute exposure at sunset, and then I also moved the camera during the 5-minute exposure, so it creates movement and also the long exposure white of the waves here. Just adds a whole other element. And this was also several minutes exposure, and I wanted to blur the white of the waves crashing so that it wouldn't interfere with the focus on the rocks in the foreground. I shoot a lot of seascapes, and these are not very long exposures. It's about an 1/8 of a second. But it just blurs the water a little bit and gives it that silky feeling so you can see the motion